breaking news for you this morning. We have newly named Tropical Storm Karen. This will move its way into the Gulf of Mexico. We are expecting, Carl, a landfall with this by this weekend.
Yeah, and a lot of questions about the intensity of this storm. The models are really on one end of the spectrum and the other. Right. One being a low-end tropical storm or tropical depression, the other being a high-end tropical storm and possibly a hurricane. So there's a huge difference in terms of the impacts between those two types of systems. And let's take a look at what the Hurricane Center is saying. They are going with the worst-case scenario. So right now we're looking at a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm moving north-northwest at 13 miles per hour. And this is the official forecast track and intensities of the storm. So they are bringing it up to a Category 1 hurricane by late tomorrow, and then it continues to move up to the north and then makes a turn more towards the northeast. And of course, where exactly it moves in would have a big impact on what time it makes landfall. If it was more to the west, it would be earlier, be more towards Saturday. If it was more to the east, it would be later, more towards early Sunday. Here's a look at the modeling. So as we look at the USGFS model, we can follow that in these lines of concentric circles. These are the storms, and where you've got more of them, you've got a lower pressure, which means a stronger storm. So the European model, as of the most recent run, which was last night's run, and we'll be getting a new run of the European from this morning by this afternoon, the European model is showing a pretty modest storm, basically a tropical depression or a low-end tropical storm with very little impact along the coast, but a lot of rain coming in, and that would be Saturday morning, whereas the USGFS model is showing a very strong storm, strong tropical storm or possibly a hurricane coming in Sunday morning and farther to the east, in which case we'd be talking about wind and waves driving into the coast, northwestern Florida, southern Alabama, southern Mississippi, and then obviously if it's farther west, then that would mean more impacts in Louisiana.